This is the Sweetcrispy cookware set we got a couple of months ago, and I've had some time to play with it, so I do have some favorites. There are 17 pieces in this set, although at the time of recording, there are different bundles you can pick up, so I am going to leave links in the description for you to see which one fits you best. Just know that if you make a purchase using them links, I do make a commission. Now let's get to the actual cookware. Let's go over the features that are the same with everything, and then we'll talk about each individual piece. As far as the handles, they do have a nice heavy weight, just like the cookware. They are glass with a vent hole. Just make sure you don't burn yourself when you're grabbing it. Speaking of grabbing it, I believe it's a silicone rubber, although I couldn't find that again. Either way, it's got a nice grip to it, holds on real well, especially when it's combined with the deep grooves and taper of the handle itself, so you can really grab onto it to try not to drop it. These handles are the same rubbery grip, although they might vary slightly in their ergonomics and design. On each piece, the overall thing is the same. They also say they're detachable handles. I thought that was a push button release, but it's not. You do have to take the screw out, although it comes with extra screws in case you lose them or strip them. And sometimes you got to tighten them up. I just take my drill in the lowest torque setting and kind of hit it real quick. Just make sure you don't strip that out. And then we have the big selling point for me, which was the nice big induction plates on the bottom that go all the way to the edges, because I only have induction tops. I don't have a standard stove. So I needed something that would do that. But I also wanted something that had a good plate on it and that would go all the way to the edge, so it had a nice even cooking surface. Now, as far as I can understand, between the website and the Amazon listing, they are aluminum core with a PTFE on the outside, high temp coating. But this is where it gets a little confusing, because neither website nor Amazon say in the text that it's a ceramic non-stick on the inside. It just says non-toxic non-stick. But if you look at the pictures on both listings, it clearly says that it's ceramic and lists the features. But also, if you look at Amazon, it'll confuse you a little bit depending on the listing and at the time of recording, because it'll say sometimes that it's a PTFE inside, because it's confusing it with the coating on the outside, I guess, because since it doesn't specify what the inside is, I guess it just assumes that it's all PTFE. So as far as my understanding, aluminum core, PTFE high temp paint on the outside, and a ceramic core on the inside, which is why I wanted to get it, because I only use ceramic or stainless steel. Let's get to the individual pieces. This one has to be my favorite for everyday use and practicality. It is the 6.3-inch milk pot sauce pot. I use this thing most every day. I do wish it had a twin brother that was slightly bigger, because while this comes in handy for a lot of things, don't get me wrong, you don't want it to go to the 9.5-inch and do something, because it might spread out too far. But sometimes you're cooking stuff like grits or oatmeal or cream of wheat or whatever, and you accidentally swell it up more than you meant to, or you're making a couple of soups for the kids and you need just that extra room to stir it. So you might want to know that ahead of time, that sometimes it's a little hard to stir. Next, we have the cool little egg pan. Now, this doesn't get a whole lot of use in our house just because of the fact that it's not something we use all the time. I do have egg rings. I don't even use them. We make our eggs different and do like a sunny side up with a dome and steam the top so it kind of coats it and melts the cheese. If this had like a square lid or something that went on it to keep the steam in, or you could put sausage patties in here and stuff and then put the lid on and keep it from splattering or something like that, it might be a little bit more handy for us. But if it's something you're looking for or something you think you'll use, it's in there. If not, I mean, it's something that's cool that's added in. It has its purposes here and there. We have tried to do other things with it, like muffins and stuff. So it might be something that you would find useful. It has to be my favorite little combo for versatility. For one, you have the 9.5-inch pot, plus it has the lid. You have these handles, which allow you to stick your fingers in there. You can really grab onto it, so when you flip it over, you don't drop everything. It does have the big induction plate that goes all the way around the edge. It has a nice deep depth to it. But then when you combine it with the steamer basket that goes on top, which is a nice big spread to spread things out, plus a nice depth on its own, cover it up. And if you're making food that you don't care about whether or not it's all blended together, or you're mixing it together anyway, maybe you just want to tenderize a little bit more up top first, you can actually cook it all in one vertical stack, save space, save time, save dishes and everything else, and it's good to go. I've done that many nights. Now we got the 11-inch fry pan, which does have a decent weight to it even without food in it, especially when you combine the lid on top. So I just thought about it. If you are somebody who has trouble picking heavier things up, this does have a good construction feel to it, but because of that weight, you might want to check into how much all this stuff weighs and if it's something you're going to be able to handle. Now, as far as the fry pan itself, it does have a nice depth to it. We do have a nice big base on the bottom, although it is tapered towards the top, so that induction plate doesn't go the full size of that. But that doesn't really matter because this is the part you're going to be using anyway. But this taper in the side allow you to actually stir better than something that's straight up and down, where food's going to get stuck in that, groove and all, and then you're not going to be able to stir it. This allows you to curve as you stir. It does have a nice good handle on it for picking it up and stuff like that. So I don't get a whole lot of use out of this though, because since it is so big, it doesn't fit on the induction tops I'm currently using. It did fit on the new wave, but that hasn't worked for a while now, so I had to stop using it. But when I did use it, it was really nice and it did its job. This one's probably got to be my favorite overall. I had a wok about 20 years ago. I had one when my parents were growing up. I got to watch and use all the time. Had a little riser. You could put it on a gas or electric stove, but because we don't have a regular stove, I couldn't use one like that anymore. And then I didn't want to get an electric one. This also is kind of in the middle between that pan that I showed you, which by the way, this is the same lid, and then the 9.5-inch pot. Because this has a smaller footprint, it easily fits on them smaller induction tops. I don't need the new wave for it, but it's got the nice depth to it. It's got the curve. You can do the flipping like you're supposed to in a wok, or you can actually stir it in like the pan. It'll allow it to spin around and actually get mixed up really well. I use it for a lot of stuff, believe it or not. Like I said, I just always wanted another one because I prefer cooking in these. And now we got the 11-inch square pan. I think this is a grill pan, but I'm not positive. It does have the grill like layers and stuff in it, these little ridges. It helps keep stuff off. Do fish, maybe some burgers, bacon, sausage patties, some hot dogs, that kind of thing in it. Gives it the nice little grill marks, and then you can kind of keep it up off the pan. It does have the induction top on the bottom. It doesn't go to the full corners, but the way it distributes the heat and stuff, plus you don't really ever put anything in the corners anyway, or at least I don't. So it's not really a big deal either way. And then it does have a nice little depth to it, about 2 inches, but it would be cool if it had a lid, like I said, with the egg pan, kind of keep the splatter down, let things steam a little bit, that kind of thing. But I like it. I do use it when I get a chance to use it. And like I said, because it's bigger, it would have to go on the new wave. Right now, that's not a thing. All right, let's go over the accessories that came with it and some other stuff you might want to grab. So we have these. There's 4 of them. 2 of them are dirty. I did use it to separate them when I first got them, and I had never scratched anything up. Just be careful. And then we have the spatula, ladle, and I believe these tongs came with it, but I don't know, because this Astercook set that you might want to pick up so you can have something that's not going to scratch it up. It's got a 39-piece set here. We've got all kind of stuff you're going to need to cook with, even an avocado cutter and all, and a egg separator. But these tongs are very similar to them, so I'm not sure which ones were which at this point. And then it comes with this, so you can put this on here. Keeps things from getting contaminated on the counter and everything else. Keeps the counter clean. I'll leave a link to this in the description as well as the cookware sets, so you can check them all out. Just remember, if you make a purchase using any of my links, I do make a commission. And watch this video if you like this one, because I think you're going to enjoy that too.